So welcome back, guys, for Unfiltered Chat with Medicos.
Yeah, episode 4.
Episode 4. So today we got a special guest for you, very senior guest. I must say, as she's has done her PG and everything, and she's right now MD Psychiatry. So welcome, Dr. Spinach, as we all know her. So
Hi,
can you
everyone.
introduce yourself to our audience?
Yeah, sure. So let me correct you there a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm doing my first year residency in MD Psychiatry, not yet finished finished it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm Dr. Spinach. I'm known by my stage name as Dr. Spinach. I did my FMGE and then my OET, PLAB 1, PLAB 2 exams, and got my JMC registration and license to practice. And then I got into my PG first year residency, but not in the UK, in India itself. So yeah, that is about me.
So first question, how was the journey of MBBS in China and why you chose China only?
All
Like
right.
there's any specific reason
Specific
behind it?
for that.
Yes. Okay. So first of all, my journey in China was, in single word, I would say extraordinary. So yeah. So I mean, when you first time go out of your own country, coming from a very small town, and then just reaching directly to another country rather than to a bigger city in India itself, it is a completely different experience. You become more open-minded, seeing people, and it's like so you grow more and you learn more. So my journey in China was a balance between fun and studies, more fun actually than
Yeah.
studies, but
It is.
but it but it was a very good balance, I would say. And why I chose China over other countries or over India. So why I chose China over India, it's a very simple answer, is that I didn't get into into NEET
Yeah.
UG. Yeah. So that's a very simple thing. And it was in 2013. There was like a Vyapam Ghotala as well. If you know about it, it happened in Madhya Pradesh. So
Yeah.
so there were many
Need to.
yes, NEET
Yeah.
UG, Vyapam Ghotala,
Yeah.
which basically in 2013 there were like minimum of 30 students in each and every medical college, in government medical college in MP. Those were given, like the ticket to enter the medical college to do their undergraduation without having a good rank. So yeah, so yeah, that was also one of the reasons why I can say like maybe I couldn't get a seat. But apart from that, I think it was a very good thing I didn't get a seat because I really had a very good time in China. And when I was looking towards the options outside of India, um, I didn't know that they existed actually. I was in a private medical college hospital in MP, where I met one of my the daughters of our family doctor, the daughter of our family doctor, and she did her undergraduation from China, and that's when she directed me to, like, you can actually do that, and there is an exam that you have to pass after this. So yeah, I was all right with that. And I was given options with Russia and China when I met via the consultancy. And Russia seemed really attractive. Like, it's more attractive than China, definitely. But then, but then looking at the fact that the internship of Russia is not accepted in India, as well as it takes more time to complete your medical education in Russia than in China, then I thought that better to go with China. And that's the reason I chose China.
Actually, we were also first going to China,
But due to COVID,
we stopped there.
Oh, wait. So you guys enrolled recently?
Yeah, we enrolled. We have given the token money as well, but then the COVID stuff and everything was happening, and some states were rejecting at that time the doctors coming from China. So we thought, let's just hold on and rethink our decision.
Yeah.
So we end up here now.
How is Kazakhstan?
But China at that time was a good option because we were getting scholarships and everything from there.
Yeah.
But
they
things turn
wanted.
out like this.
Yeah. How is Kazakhstan anyway?
It's pretty good. It's
It's
good.
beautiful.
It's beautiful, I must say. It's just
Awesome.
like uh Kashmir setting, mountains all around the city and snowing, and it's pretty good.
Nice, nice, nice. So I would say there was a guy from Kazakhstan in our medical college in China. It's like I don't know, what do you say? It's an
I'm
irony
sorry.
or something, like, people from Kazakhstan coming to do their MBBS
Yeah.
in China as well. Yeah, cool.
Now I want to know about the total cost of MBBS that you did in China. What was the around total cost, including everything, cost of
Yeah.
living and everything around? Just rough idea, as it's been a long time. Just
Yeah,
rough idea about.
sure. Okay, so since it's been a long time, the cost of tuition fees and living expenses have increased. But
Yeah.
when I was there from let's say 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, half of the 18, not completely. So let's say like over that time, I was paying, my tuition fees was, I'll say it in Indian rupees, all right? 2 lakh Indian rupees. And then 40,000 was for my accommodation, which was like 3 people accommodation, 3 people in single room. And then going on to like food, I was paying 50K for the mess. So, and then let's say 50K for the round trip from India to China, China to India, back to India. And so it would cost you around 4 lakh per year, 3.5 to 4 lakh per year. And if we go over that, like 4 lakh per year for 5 years, it would be around 20 lakh rupees in total,
Okay.
completing your MBBS in China. So, but now, as I've heard from other people, it's increased, like the tuition fees have increased. Although
And the rate is also increasing.
yes, the rate is
The
also,
dollar, you pay in dollars, right?
we pay in yuan. That's like the
Yuan,
Uh-huh.
okay.
RMB. Yes, the currency in China. At that time it was like one yuan was it was like the equivalent was 10 rupees was 1 yuan. So for me, so I don't know, like
Yeah.
I don't exactly know what is the conversion rate right now. It might have increased or might have been same. You don't know that.
Yeah.
But right now the tuition fees have increased to 3.5 to 4 lakhs. Like mine was
Okay.
2 lakhs. So you can increase that, and then like if it's 2 lakhs addition to the one that I was paying for 5 years, it becomes 10 lakh, 8 to 10 lakhs
Nice.
more than what I am calculating for today.
So it will be around 30 to 35 lakhs for the whole course right now.
30, 30 lakhs, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next question, how did you prepare for FMG? Like, what are your strategies for
Tips,
FMG?
strategies,
Yeah,
and how you
we need
go
that.
through that. We also
Okay,
need that.
okay, cool. So do you want to know like how first of all, how I changed like how I thought of giving FMGE, like, or do you just want to know like, okay, like how did I prepare for FMGE? Because
How did both
Both, yeah.
so
little both, like how do you thought and then how do you go through the
Prepare.
process?
Yeah.
all right, so when I like entered this medical undergraduation program, entered with a mindset that I mean, it won't matter. I entered with a mindset that I will do my internship in China. I didn't know that, but until third and fourth year, I was like, I'm enjoying here right now, and everything is going good. So better I'll do my internship in China itself, and after my internship completion, I'll go back to India. But then in my fourth, like the final year of my or final semester of my program, I don't know what happened. Like, I was like, you know what? I want to learn. I want to do hands-on practice, and that won't be easily, available in China. So that's when I turned to going, like in my last month of my last semester, of my ninth semester. That's when I changed my mind. I had 2 year visa already on my passport. So I took 2 year visa because I knew that I'm not gonna go. But then I suddenly changed my mind, and then I took this path. I asked one of my seniors who went before me, and he took a coaching in Delhi. in Delhi and then in Hyderabad. Yeah. So, and then moving towards his footsteps, okay, I took the same coaching there. So it is the, we're talking about the time around January 22nd when I landed in India in 2018 after completing my, my ninth semester completely, the theory part. And after which, yeah, I went directly to the coaching institute in Delhi itself and enrolled myself there. And from February onwards, I started, taking the classes. Exactly. So it took me like 4 months of complete dedication and preparation. So in the beginning, I'll tell you this. See, we as students from outside, doing our medical education from outside India, we have a lot of liberty in we can have like a lot of fun. We get a lot of I don't know, it's for us it's easier to pass exams. I don't know about you, but for me it was easy, very easy to pass exams in China. Uh, then what happens when you come into a pressurized coaching system in India is you get overwhelmed. So in the first 2 weeks of my preparation, I was like very overwhelmed because there were like 12 hours of classes. Like when you start from 8 a.m. in the morning and then they finish by 8 p.m., sometimes 9 p.m., 9:30 p.m. You're completely in the classes, in the coaching classes itself. And then the other day you start a fresh next class. It's like you don't really get enough time to read or to, revise whatever you have learned in the class itself. And then you're basically, it's like you think you're going, you think you're not preparing well enough because you've not revised the things that were taught to you today. So, so in the first 2 weeks, it was so overwhelming for me that I was like, I kind of like thought like, is it the right decision or should I go back? But then I was like, I told everyone that I'm going back to India and I'm going to do my internship in India. And the most important thing was my parents. I was like, I have told them that I'm coming back and I'm gonna do this. And it was very you cannot just, take a step back telling, because they have some confidence in you. They trust in you. And ah, so basically I had to get myself together. It was just in the first 2 weeks, it was difficult, but then you get a hold of it that yes, the classes will be there for 10 to 12 hours a day. And then you have to revise the syllabus that have been taught to you, and then go back to the class again. So I used to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning, used to go to sleep at around 12 in the midnight, and well, I would try to cover everything up that was taught to me in the previous class. Yeah, that is how I did it for the 4 months. Yeah.
So now I want to know, have you faced any criticism for after coming back from China doing your internship? As that time was you were doing internship around 2019, I guess, 2019,
Yes,
2020.
18
So
and
it was
19.
like a criticizing period for China, I guess. So have you faced any criticism? And first of all, this, and second, as being a foreign medical graduate, you're coming from outside. So what kind of difficulties you face while while practicing?
Okay, good question. While practicing, okay, so there's like, see, a very good thing is that people in India, I don't, not every medical college is like that, but uh, the ones that I have been in, I have seen the graduates from medical colleges that I have met, some of them, they are not well versed with the medical practice in India as well. Because what happens in Indian medical setting is during their internship program, they actually uh, they don't actually go to doing their internship. They actually and even if they go there, they are mostly studying for the PG exam. So more or less, so after you pass your FMGE exam, theoretically, you're at the same level as them, because and sometimes even higher level as them, because FMGE exam is nearly 70% of NEET PG. So it's like 30% extra that you have to study for NEET PG, right? So you're even almost similar to them, or even more well versed in knowledge than them. But in practical knowledge, some of them may be better than you, some of them may be similar to you. They may not, yeah, because it depends upon their medical college. If the medical college has given them liberty to it's okay that if you're reading in your internship program during your internship time, it is fine for them. So they won't really go do their internship, or if they do, they don't have like a lot of they don't have to go through a lot of practical applications or practical, practicalities of the internship program. So yeah, I mean, sometimes some of them would be better than you, but some of them are at the same level as you. So I don't think that you have to really worry about that, because in 2 months of, if you go, let's say you have taken your FMGE exam and you already did your internship wherever you were, right? And then you got your registration, like, permanent registration in your state,
Yeah.
right? Now, once you join a medical hospital, like government, private, whatever it is that you're joining, after 2 months of joining that hospital, you will be you will be very good with your practical knowledge already in the field that you're joining. So you don't have to really worry about that. They make you work so much that you learn so fast. So you will
Yeah.
learn. So it is nothing to worry about.
Okay.
So when you thought of going to UK, and what are the pathways? Like, how did you prepare for PLAB and all?
All right.
Like I've
So
heard there are two pathways, PLAB and
Yeah.
MRCP. Like
yeah,
MRCS for MRCP, you can move. So can you
yeah,
elaborate on that?
yeah, sure. So the first question when I thought of going to the UK was when I was doing my internship in India. Oh yeah, I completely forgot to tell you that I did my internship at GMC Bhopal in India itself. Yeah. And during my internship, when I was posted in like different specialties, especially in medicine, I would see like 3 residents sleeping on the same bed in the DDR, doctor's duty room, dark circles around their eyes. Oh my God. And they're like walking zombies completely. So, and I was like,
You
I don't,
deprived walking zombie.
exactly. And I was like, I don't want this. Oh my God, I don't want this. So, and that is the point that I thought like, you know what, let's just take a different route. This is not made for me.
Different paths.
Yeah, but the irony of which is like I came back to India doing my first year of residency here itself, a walking zombie sleep deprived crew. So you don't know where the life takes you. So so yeah, so that is when I decided I want to go to the UK. That's when I had like I was looking at many options that were available. For example, there was an option for Germany, for UK, for US, and then for Australia as well. But then I went through the UK thing. And what was your next question?
Like can you elaborate the process?
Yeah.
PLAB 1, PLAB 2, OET, and MRCP and everything that you went through.
Sure. So there are like 2 pathways you can take when you're going, taking the UK path. So if you want to be registered medical practitioner in the UK, the first one is PLAB and the second one is MRC pathway. So let's talk about the PLAB pathway first. So in PLAB pathway, so it doesn't matter whether you are, so PLAB pathway is good to be taken by people who are just MBBS graduates. So if you're an MBBS graduate, it can also be taken by people who have done their PG, but it is best for MBBS graduates. All right. So, so you have to start with your OET. All right. You can give your OET in your during your internship. It's on you. And then PLAB 1 and then PLAB 2. So there's like 2 things here in the PLAB pathway. You can give it so just like in PLAB, sorry about that. So I'll tell you about the UK medical practice, or in what happens in UK medical schools. So it's like a 4 year of training. There's like a theoretical training in the medical college with postings as well in the hospitals. And then there's 2 years of internship program, that is FY1 and FY2. Now, from being outside the UK, you can either enter into FY1 or you can enter into FY2. So if you have not done your internship and you want to do your internship in the UK as itself, you can enter FY1. In that case, you have to complete your OET, PLAB1 and PLAB2 during your last year of your MBBS training. All right. And if you want to enter FY2, so with FY1, you will only get provisional registration in the UK. All right. So, but if you want a permanent or not the provisional registration, complete your internship in whichever place you want to complete, whether in Kazakhstan for you or in India, doesn't matter. And then take your OET, PLAB1 and PLAB2. So OET and PLAB1 can be given without, without having to have the degree or the completion. But what I have heard is with PLAB2, you need to complete your medical graduation. All right. So once you've completed your, I'm not sure about this fact though. So just, maybe you can cross-check it with the sources outside. So with, and then when you've completed your medical graduation, you can do your PLAB, take your PLAB2 exam, and then enter in the UK medical practice from FY2. So yeah, so most of the students, most of the people, what they do is they enter FY2. They complete their medical education and their internship and then enter FY2. Right? So this is one pathway. And the other pathway, the second one is that where you take MRC. So MRCP, MRCOG, MRCS, MSRA, there's like a lot of exams that, that they offer for particular specialties that you want to go into. This exam is best for people who have done their post-graduation in India. Okay. So, so if you've done your post-graduation in India, so let's talk about MRC Psych. Let's say because I'm doing psychiatry. So I can take MRC Psych. There's like 3 parts in MRC Psych. 2 of them are theory and 1 of them is practical. So it's same happens with other specialties as well. So for a combination of specialties, for example, MRCP, that is membership of Royal Colleges of Physicians. So you will have, and so it will comprise of a few specialties that you can go into. But with MRC Psych, we are only talking about psychiatry. With MRCOG, we are only talking about obstetrics and gynecology. So like, I hope you got my point, right? So whichever specialty that you want to go, or you're pursuing your MD degree, or you have done your MD degree from wherever in the world you are, you can take MRCP, MRC Psych, MRCOG. Now, with MRC Psych, there's like 3 MRC Psych, 2 of them are theory exams and 1 of them is practical. So the first one, MRC Psych Part 1, I can give it even like before starting my MD degree. So MRC Psych is an addition. You can give it after your MBBS graduation or during your FY2 exams. You can give it anytime once you have completed your graduation. Okay, you can give it in the first year of your residency. That is also fine. With MRC Psych, the second part can only be given after you have had, you can say 12 to 14 months of experience in that specialty. So if you have like a good training experience in that specialty, you can give MRC Psych 2. And then MRC Psych Part 3 needs at least 24 months of your training and experience in that specialty. So, and then you can give MRC Psych 3. So you can either give these exams while pursuing your MD degree like me, or after you've completed your MD degree. So if I've completed already and now I want to go practice in the UK, I can actually give these 3 exams straightforward. I don't have to wait for 12 months. I don't have to wait for 24 months, right? And then enter in the UK medical practice. I hope that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, next, I want to ask you, what was the process? How did you prepare for PLAB? Like any tips and any tricks or tricks?
And what was the whole cost of this process?
All right. All right. So, how did I prepare for my exam was, well, so first of all, the first thing that I want to tell everyone who is preparing for PLAB or who wants to go into this pathway is that people say that it's easy exam and everything. Definitely, it is good. It is an easy exam, but but you shouldn't take it as a piece of cake. Everything needs preparation. You have to sincerely dedicate yourself to study for that exam. So, so please don't take it as a piece of cake. You really have to work for these exams. All right. And how did I prepare for these exams? Well, at most part, so starting from OET, PLAB 1 and PLAB 2, right? With OET, I actually took a coaching because I feel like when if you want to pass really fast and you need to have like experts telling you whatever it is that you need to do rather than with a trial and error method. Better to go with someone who knows it already. So I always recommend taking coachings for any exams because it is a faster method to reach your goal. So yeah, with OET I took coaching. With PLAB 1 I didn't because I actually enrolled for a coaching in for PLAB 1, but I found that it was a waste of money and waste of my time. So I kind of dropped that, and instead of that, I did self-study. Then there are many resources that are available. So there's like question banks you can go for PLAB 1, and then there are like theory, like question, like people providing PDF theories, paid PDFs, you
Yeah.
can say online. So you can go with that as well. So always and always take the online question bank. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. See, what people do is they would go to the Telegram and then download stuff, that's available for free. That's good if you want to if you want to read that. But I would also say to pay for the online question banks because they are they are updated ones. When you're paying for an
Updated.
online one, yeah. So you get to know what are the questions that are recently asked in the exam. So that is one
Yeah.
thing. And another thing is if you're prepared for FMGE, or if you have done your FMGE exam and then you're also giving your PLAB exams, it becomes easier for you because with FMGE you have an extensive knowledge. If you're studying conceptually, you have a lot of conceptual knowledge there as well. With practical knowledge, we are missing on practical part, definitely. PLAB covers that practical part, but studying for FMGE actually helps a lot with PLAB, actually helps a lot with NEET PT as well. So yeah, that. And then for PLAB 2, take coachings. They're like online coachings, they're offline coachings. So I would go with them. But then again, you have to prepare them on your own as well. Like you cannot completely depend upon these coachings. It is very important because PLAB 1 and PLAB 2, they don't have like a very standardized coaching systems. We don't like in here, like there are like many people giving coachings for that, but they're not very standardized and not like FMG and NEET PG, which we have.
Yeah.
Like if you really dedicate yourself and study well and prepare well with FMGE and NEET PG, and you give yourself enough time to read the notes, revise and everything, you will pass the exam. But with PLAB 2, it is not the same case. So you have to give your input as well. Think about the exam, analyze it on your own as well, rather than completely putting blind belief in the coaching institute.
On the
So
coaching
The
system.
coaching
yeah,
and all.
yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
So next I want to ask, like, how you decided in doing MD psychiatrist and from India? Like you first got registered in UK, then you must have faced any criticism or like people saying, "Why are you coming back to India?" or something like that on your
My
decision.
God, everyone.
Like I have a similar case, not just like you. In UT time, these kind of things happens to us also. Why you are going there and stuff like that. So how you handle those people and stuff like that?
Even our
Okay.
family are not convinced to send us here.
Right, right. Cool. So very good question actually. When people get to know, like I have done my PLAB exams and I am already registered, GMC registered. They sometimes don't believe it. They say like, हाँ क्या बात कर रही है फालतू की यहाँ क्यों होती है यदि यूके का इतना तुझे यूके की टिकट मिल गई ना तो यहाँ
Yeah.
क्यों तो आई एम लाइक कि it's very hard to convince to tell people like yes, I decided to be in India rather than going to the UK. So yes, it is very difficult, but then since it was my decision and I actually wanted to stay back in India for a while, that was one reason I uh, took this path. The other one was that see, it's very personal, very subjective for me. Um, I am a person who may not stay at one place for a very long time. And if I go taking the UK pathway, and let's say after 3 or 4 years of doing my junior, being a doctor in the UK, practicing there, let's say I want to come back to India, and I have not yet completed my CCT. So that is certificate of completion of training. I won't be a registered, an MD registered practitioner in India. And when I come back to India, I'm at the same level as I am, like when I left India. So I'll be like just an MBBS graduate. So that's personal. That's very personal. People complete their CCT and then they stay there itself in the UK. And everything is very subjective. Like for example, here now I have already put my 3 years and then one bond year. So I'm like bonded here for 4 years. If I would have taken the UK part, um, it would have been like it's like very subjective, and it's like weighing your pros and cons and weighing what is good and best for you. So
Yeah.
so I thought that maybe I can complete my PG here since I got into a college. I got myself into a college, and my father was like, okay, you should maybe complete the PG so that he's like satisfied now. Yes, you have taken your career path.
Yeah.
So so yeah, so that's why I chose India. And then you have like an open ticket to go anywhere in the world after I complete my PG here. If I
Yeah.
want to go back to the UK, I have my doors open there. So
Yeah.
I can register, I can take my license from there anytime and then start practicing there. And at any point in my life, if I want to come back to India, I already am a registered medical practitioner with an MD
Okay.
degree. Yeah, right.
So
So,
rapid fire round we will start.
Yeah.
okay.
A rapid fire round for you.
Yeah. Most tough subject.
Most tough surgery. I don't like it.
Your favorite medical YouTube channel.
Nice. Geeky medics, I would say.
Oh.
Yeah.
Money or fame?
Good question. Very tough, actually. I think I'll go with fame. All right.
Favorite branch?
Psychiatry.
Yeah, you are doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
The last question that we want to know, not question, like you have any piece of advice for the students, medical students who are currently prepare for FMG or maybe next
okay.
and PLAB? What can be an advice you must say if you did something wrong and they should not do that?
Yeah.
All
And
right.
a piece of advice in your
Okay.
opinion.
So see, everyone knows if they are doing their MBBS from outside India, they have to take FMGE, right? So there's nothing, there's no good advice I'd give them, rather to take a coaching, whether to take a face-to-face coaching and prepare well for the exam. But if you are doing your MBBS outside of India and you don't want to pursue your PG in India, so my advice would be to take the pathway directly rather than doing your FMGE. Go take the pathway directly. Let's say take PLAB directly rather than taking your time, finishing your FMGE exam and then going to the PLAB pathway and then entering the medical specialty there. So what I'm trying to say is that you don't have to pass FMGE exams in order to go to the UK medical practice. You can take the UK medical practice path directly from your when you are doing your internship or while you are in your undergraduate itself. I hope that makes sense. Is there anything
Yeah,
else?
so that's
That's done
whole
with our interview.
interview.
Cool. So it was really
So
nice talking to you guys, and
you too.
and everyone, please, encourage Aryan and Mansi to work on
Thank you.
this
Thank
their channel. They have a very good channel, very nice YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends and
Thank you so
colleagues
much.
and loved ones.
Yeah. And you can also click on the link in the comment section and go to Dr. Spinach's Instagram ID and follow her there also.
Thank you.
And
Thank you very much.
thank you guys for watching this interview.
Thank
And
you.
Can we know your real name?
yeah, last, can you know your real name?
No, that's a secret. That I can't tell. You
So
keep
we'll end
moving.
this video with a secret.
Yeah. Maybe once we
So
meet in India someday.
yeah,
All right.
yeah, sure.
So,
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.